Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. What is up, everyone? This is Soul with another video, and this is our first footage, official footage of World of Warcraft Shadowlands, the alpha version. I wanted to kick it off by introducing you folks at home and elsewhere to one of the Covenant Sanctums that you may be choosing, and in this case it is the one aligned to the Kyrians. I'm just kind of here semi-live, so I'm going to be giving you a tour of what's good. Now, as for the location of this Covenant Sanctum, it's over here in Bastion in this corner, right over here, all the way in the upper right-hand corner of the map. To get here, you need to do a good bit of questing, and eventually you're taken up here for, spoilery kind of reasons. Don't worry about that too much, but the view is incredible. You can see like a really good chunk of the zone just from this vantage point here, and when you first appear in Elysian Hold, in your sanctum, you're going to be in this particular area, and it's incredible. This whole kind of vista, and you can see everything kind of looking down at you, like you're climbing Mount Olympus and you're about to meet the gods and everything. So it's crazy. I really like this centerpiece here. I have no idea what it's used for, but it's as if I'm like being put on trial or something. Like here I am, little old me, in view of like these godlike beings, and it's crazy. It's so cool. So anyway, let's go ahead and mount up and take a look around, starting with this mysterious looking infinity symbol, which is a little bit familiar. We've seen this kind of symbolism elsewhere in Shadowlands, including the Shadowlands Oribos sets. So I think this might be some sort of teleportation device that'll take me to Oribos that I can't use yet because Oribos is not activated. So we're going to explore this lower area first. You can see kind of across this area here. I can't access it. If I could fly, maybe I could. But this may have something this may have a little something to do with the Sanctum upgrades, or the Covenant upgrades, that I'm going to take you by as we take this little tour. But I can't access this area here, nor can I access the opposite area right over there. But let's just keep checking out this area. You can see this place is guarded by these really beefy Elysian Guardians. Very intimidating. But they're also being manned by these cute little stewards, these little swolkins or owlkins, or whatever you want to call them. This particular person is an anima specialist who mans this station here, which I have no idea what it does. I see a little 8-bit that looks like kind of a big flight point there. So this might be something that teleports me. This might be another thing that teleports me to Oribos. But if I talk to this guy, he sells me a conduit keystone, and I have no idea what that's for. Not one bit. So we're going to be learning that and a lot more as we explore more of this Shadowlands content. So let's move on a little bit. Move on past these Elysian bulwarks. Very cool looking dudes. I kind of want to roll one as a class. This would be pretty awesome. Awesome robots. We're going to keep going through this lower area and explore this area here. Is that a mailbox? I have a feeling that this is going to be a mailbox, but it's not quite activated yet. The way that it sits there, and the way that it's not very symmetrical, I think that's a mailbox. Cool. So it looks like there's going to be mailboxes in here. This particular area, under the hold, is... Well, actually, let me go around here first. Anything cool outside this area? Nothing yet so far. And you can stay mounted up in most of these areas. It's only going to be inside this area that I kind of went around. I'm just kind of exploring right now. Really cool. Check out that skybox, guys. Oh man, I almost fell off. That would have been also very impressive. So let's go back around, back into this main area. A little sneaky. And then make our way right over here. So I have no idea what this place is for exactly. In the center here, there is this kind of curious structure. I don't know if this happens to be, I mean, for all we know, this might be the kind of the weekly chest because it looks like it might be able to open up, but I'm not seeing any indicator that I can, click this thing or do anything special with it. This soul guide is clearly unresponsive and doesn't really want to tell me much. But right over here, I see this person, Adjutant Nikos, a quartermaster, who will probably sell me some cool stuff exclusive to the Covenant, like Covenant armor or other cool things. He likes to keep himself busy, but he definitely does not want to talk to me. There's no indicator that I can talk to him quite yet. So that's okay, I guess. So let me get out of here and go to the outer areas. We'll climb up and we'll explore a little bit more. All right, up these stairs right here. And we'll hang a right. Let's hang a right up to the flight point. And this flight point is the only flight point that will lead us to other areas of the zone. Don't worry about this map here. This is obviously a placeholder. So it gives me access to several flight points here. Now, when I did my questing, I was very particular. I just kind of focused on the main campaign and that's it. So I was only able to unlock a very small number of flight points here. There is bound to be more that will be available. Anyway, right this way, we're going to encounter kind of, I guess, the Kyrian government. Sort of. Kind of. Maybe. So we're going to, so we see these Paragons of Courage, and here's the Paragon of Wisdom, right over here. Kind of chilling. I guess he's smart because he's just sitting down and he doesn't really need to stand. That's kind of a smart thing to do. And then we have other Paragons. The Paragon of Loyalty, the Paragon of Purity, right up there. We have the Paragon of Humility, and there's the Paragon of Courage again. And, well, there's one missing, but, well, let's not worry about why right now. And here's the Archon, Crest the Firstborn. Very cool looking, kind of intimidating, boss level. Don't mess with her. And there's food back there. Okay. So these Paragons, think of them like, if you think of a certain anime, you can think of these Paragons as kind of like captains. So they're supposed to be some of the best, the elite fighting force of the Kyrians. People do what these guys say, guys and girls, I should say. And we'll be helping them out. I'm looking around here, and it seems like there might be things to improve upon, but at least from the looks of it, this place looks pretty awesome. And my first impression is, okay, what am I going to be improving, or what am I going to be rebuilding in this Covenant? And to be honest, I'm not sure yet. So let's continue our tour. Right down here is where we encounter plenty of target dummies, from tanking to dungeons to AoE and all the other good stuff. Here's an interesting one. So we have a cleave dummy for just 2 targets, but we also have a full-on AoE for 5 targets. And just to show off a little bit, let me use my Divine Toll, aka my Fan of Shields, which is kind of cool. I still don't know why that misses. I put in a bug for that. I'm very curious about that, but let's go ahead and move on. So right here is our one of the wings, and we visit this area for story purposes. That person right over there is probably witnessing a bit of a story beat right now, but there doesn't seem to be any immediate use for these areas here, not quite yet. I have no idea what this pillar-looking battery puzzle is right over here, but that's okay. But let's get past these little glowing pillars, and we'll go off to the other side. Quick. We're almost done with our tour, by the way, folks. And here's a cool thing. Whee! Look at that. Look at the view on that. Let's do that again. Nice and all right. Check that out, man. Yeah, I'm really digging the look of this place. Not to say that I've totally decided that I myself am going to roll a Kyrian, but they're selling themselves really well as this majestic and epic-looking race. So right here is the single repair vendor that I managed to find here, and over on this stretch there doesn't seem to be a whole lot to do either. There are a couple of NPCs that I've run into during my questing experience. And this right here is a bell, a very curious bell, I should add. This bell reminds me of the Divine Bell back in the Miss Pandaria days, and I don't know if that's going to have any story relevance, but, well, I thought I'd bring that up. But now, though, let's climb down to this slightly lower level to Kaz, the Soul Warden. And Kaz has a little bit of an interesting thing to show us. He's going to show us Covenant upgrades and a Lua warning, but more importantly, Covenant upgrades. Now, this is not implemented yet. This is absolutely broken. I have no idea what these things do, but from the looks of it, you can throw down either gold or some sort of token. When I opened this up at first, it just showed me gold. Like, so if I click it, it's not doing anything at all. If I hit deposit, hey, the thing goes up, but nothing actually happens. So I'm seeing these different kinds of upgrades: transport network, anima diversion, adventures upgrades, and path of ascension, I'm guessing. No idea what they do though, but I have a feeling that we're going to be visiting these areas multiple times with plenty of anima on hand. For example, this Covenant anima, which you can see on the tooltip over there. Stygia, the byproduct of the violent destruction of a soul within the Maw. Soul Ash, from the Pyres of Creation, whatever that is, and a freed soul. I have no idea what any of these are, but it looks like there's going to be multiple currencies that we're going to be playing with in Shadowlands for the purpose of upgrading our covenants, empowering our soul binds, and so on and so forth. And I have yet to find soul binds. That hasn't been a thing, at least not yet. I have no idea what this courier is supposed to do. He's like, hey, I take things places for you, but I have no idea what you do. And then we'll go around. Here's probably something that's kind of important: a scouting map. This is the Kyrian mission table, not for Legion, but you know what I mean. This is your mission table. Now, from a recent interview, we're learning that yes, there are obviously going to be missions and followers and some offline progression, but just kind of like in Battle for Azeroth, it's not going to be a huge deal. It's not going to be integral for success, not like it was in like Legion or Warlords of Draenor. So it'll be a nice little bonus for you, something you can mess around with on your phone for a couple of little bonuses. And I believe that's it. This is the Covenant Sanctum for the Kyrians. Looks fantastic, very spacious. I really dig the look. It's cool. It's so neat and intimidating, and yet, check it out. It's awesome. I really dig this spot, and it makes me super excited to see more. I want to see the other covenants like tomorrow, today, yesterday. And I was just kind of gushing over my excitement about being in the alpha and being able to share this with you folks at home and elsewhere. So I hope that you enjoyed this little tour, and if you have any thoughts or just let me know what you think about this in a comment below. And of course, please subscribe for more of this and all things Shadowlands, all things Warcraft, and we will see you for the next Shadowlands video. Until then, stay safe, stay healthy, and stay breezy.